Hello everyone and welcome back. Thank you for joining me for another video. Today I wanted to talk to you about what being frugal means to me. So I'm making this video back to back with the last video that I did, just so that I have them ready to go for you. So what being frugal means to me. The first thing is that I really try to be content and to be happy with what I already have. And it's not to say that I never buy anything new or never want for anything, but I really try and just unplug from the rest of the world and quit looking at all the things I don't have and just enjoy the many things that we do already have. And then I guess the next one is kind of the same, as I don't find happiness in possessions. This one's kind of hard to explain, but because obviously things do bring us happiness, but it's not the things, it's the things you can do with the things. If that makes sense. So if we bring home a new game from the thrift store, the game itself is a thing, but we can enjoy it with family, if that makes any sense. I think I'm going way off topic, but I hope you get what I mean. The next thing is, it means not being wasteful with anything in your life, not being wasteful with your time, not being wasteful with your things, like especially food. And I'm going to say this again, but gas, driving around on useless errands that you could have done when you were on your way to do something else instead of going back out and then back, but just not being wasteful, period. Eating every last drop, using every last drop of any product you have in your home. Just really watch your usage of everything you do in your life. Asking yourself before, or this is about me, but asking myself before I throw away anything, how and if I'm actually going to use it for something else, and then actually using it. For example, I have a bunch of saved, I guess, recyclable containers that I save so that I can start seeds inside. And then I'm actually going to be using them to start seeds inside, instead of just having a collection, of just random things that you might use one day. Try to use them, and if maybe you're not going to use it, ask somebody else. For another example, egg cartons. There's only so many things, there are lots of things you can do with them, but there's only so many egg cartons that you need. So I have a friend that has little chickens, and she sells her eggs in the spring and summer, and so I save my egg cartons for her and give them to her instead of throwing them away or even recycling, right? Because they don't actually recycle everything. The next thing is being creative. Being frugal has opened up my creativity, imagination, just everything. It's really gotten me to think hard about everything that I do, everything I use, everything I buy. And like I said in the last one, before I throw anything away, can I use it for something else? Can I compost it? Can I make it into something beautiful? And then actually doing it. But being creative is, I think I made a video on this, but I believe it is the #1 tool in being frugal. Without being creative, it would be pretty hard to be frugal. The next thing I do is ask myself before I bring anything into my house, one, do I need it? Do I absolutely need it? And or will I actually use it in the near future? And this one is important because I used to just shop for things that looked pretty or whatever, ended up never wearing them, never using them, never eating them, and them just getting given away, or ending up in the garbage or wherever, and wasting a whole lot of money that I could have saved or used on something that I actually was going to use and bring me some happiness. Next is having a plan and being intentional with everything that I do. This can be hard, but I really try to be intentional with everything that I do and everything I buy, and even things that I bring into my home that not necessarily I buy, but are given to me, right? If I get offered something for free, you know, a lot of times you accept things for free and you take it, but because it's good to accept things that people give you, but you don't have to keep everything that people give you. You know what I mean? So, because if you keep telling people no, 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 then they'll never offer you things anymore. But if you accept things, and if it's something that you don't want, but you know someone else can use, you can pass it on, right? I don't know. That's just the way I do things. And it's like a circle of giving, right? You give, people give you, and then you give, and then it's, you know, eventually something that you really want and will use will come to you. And I know it's a really good way of, you know, just keeping that circle of giving. Not the circle of life, but the circle of giving. The next thing being frugal is not being lazy. Frugal equals productive. And this one is very important too, because naturally, I don't know, I actually wasn't very lazy when I was younger. I worked a lot. But there was a time in my life where I have been very lazy. But then lazy and procrastination can be mixed up. I think I did a video on that before too, but definitely don't be lazy and don't procrastinate, because you waste a lot of money by being lazy and procrastinating. And I can attest to the loss of money that I have lost just by being lazy and procrastinating on things. So definitely I try to do as many things as I possibly can in a day that it's not going to wipe me out, though. That's where making lists every day comes in handy. The next thing is always being prepared for the worst. I have, you know, plans set up for basically every scenario that could happen. I mean, I'm not really sure about, like, you know, the zombie apocalypse or things like that, but I do have, you know, food and water stored, so for, you know, that we could last for a while at least. And I have plans in case I, you know, I'm not here anymore. I have plans in place to take care of my children and a will and life insurance, plans for basically everything. That, you know, we have a fire escape plan, we have all that kind of stuff worked out, because I think that that is important, even if it never happens, because these are worst case scenarios and we don't want them to happen, but life does happen, and so I do try to, plan for every kind of scenario that can happen like that. And then the next thing is I treat being frugal as it is a lifestyle. It's something that I do. Like, it's not that I do, but that I am, I guess. I am just frugal. It's not a trend. I am. And I think, everybody that knows me knows that I am. They don't really call me frugal, they call me other names, but that's okay with me now. It is just who I am as a person, and I love it and I enjoy it. I embrace the frugal lifestyle. The next thing is it goes in, ignoring everything else. This one is hard, but I've gotten to a point where there's so many pictures being thrown at you, whether it be the flyers that you get in your mail, advertisements, even in the grocery shopping. They are, showing you things that they want to make you think that will make you look better or make you feel better. Things for your home and things for your kids and things and more things and things. And then you watch movies and then you see a pretty house, and then you watch, there's commercials, and even every app nowadays has commercials. Every game, every free game, everything has, subliminal messages being thrown at you. So I learn to ignore it all. Just ignoring everything. I love watching other different kinds of YouTube channels, and I love watching Frugal the most, but there are some other ones that I do enjoy, like more like crafting and stuff like that, and for dolls and stuff. But then even those ones, they are always showing you new things, and it's like, so you really have to turn that switch off and just keep your head, I was going to say down, but no, I try not to keep my head down anymore. I try to keep it up and look at all the lovely things in my house, and look at my daughter and my son, and just, laugh and have fun, and ignore what everybody else out there is doing and saying and thinking, and just enjoy you and your home. And it is the best way to live. It really, really is. And that is all for this video. That is what being frugal means to me, and I love it. What does being frugal mean to you? Let me know in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. As always, I love you, I appreciate you, and I really hope that you have a frugabulous day. Bye-bye, everyone.